One of the things I think it's really important for students in our college to appreciate is the unique role that humanities and social sciences is going to have in solving the world's problems. There's so much talk about STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and of course those areas are important. Scientific discovery and technical innovation is going to continue to improve our quality of life. But I don't think the solutions to the challenges of the 21st century, things like energy, environment, health and well-being, security and safety, food, all of those are going to be helped through scientific discovery and technical innovation. None of them will be solved solely through those areas. What they are going to require is understanding and helping people to change the way they think and the way they act. And that's what we do in our college. We're every bit as important to finding solutions for the future as any discipline.
I think that CHASS is going to grow into the future, particularly in its graduate programs, including those in the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, as this university gets better and has more and more global impact in all of its colleges.
One of the things that I think is very exciting and that should happen and I think will happen is that I think that we will form more partnerships, particularly in the STEM disciplines. There's a great need for social sciences and humanities to work on projects and not simply as the sometimes we're put on grants as the evaluator. But I think we will be much more likely to become more central partners as we really understand more about what interdisciplinary perspectives are. And I think that's very exciting. I've had conversations with people who ask questions like, in urban forest, one of the things that happens is that trees in poor neighborhoods die before trees in rich neighborhoods. And the reason for that is that there's a particular insect that's much more likely to attack trees in poor neighborhoods. And so why is that? That's a social science question. That's not a natural science question. And a lot of those kinds of questions came up so that I could see the real potential and the excitement of being full partners with professionals in other disciplines. And I think that's a major role that the College of Humanities and Social Sciences will play.
You can't be a scientist and just purely a scientist without considering the implications of what you're doing, because what you're doing is supposed to have an effect on society. What are the ethical, moral, along with the economic and scientific benefits of your research? We have a functional role to play, right, as the conscience, if you will, of society, to protect us from ourselves.
We should give more emphasis to the total development of North Carolina, all of North Carolina. When I retired, the department established a scholarship for me. They asked me what I wanted it to be, and I said, well, I think all scholarships should go to the where the students are going to be good students. But I would like to see this go to students who cannot afford to go to college, or if they do, they're going to borrow large sums of money. Of course, that's many students now, but the ones that need it the most. There are a lot of people still in North Carolina that don't go to get a college degree that are capable of it. And I believe in most cases it's economic. Now, I can't tell whether students from Currituck County or Mecklenburg County, they're also tied in, also very much tied together through technology, and they are very plugged in, and they know what's out there now. And I think they're getting educational background. There's just differences in the quality of our schools, obviously, but most of the students in most of these high schools in North Carolina are producing people with the ability and the education to go to college. I think that the students that are not going to college today it's largely economic. And I think that's where we need to reach out. And that's going to be somewhat out of the area we're impacting mostly now. So I think impacting more areas of North Carolina would be my mission for North Carolina for the next several decades.
Well, hopefully we'll have more and more talented and qualified students coming through the ranks, and they'll continue to strengthen their graduate programs here so that students that go through undergraduate also want to transition and go into more of the graduate programs that they're offering. I think we already have an incredible faculty in a lot of the departments, but to continue to bring on more faculty that inspire students for generations to come, I think is really key for the success of CHASS moving forward.
Professors aren't supposed to do social media. If you polled most of the people on campus, I assume most of them don't have a Twitter account like I do, and they're not thinking about those things. But I've got drawn into the world of social media because I think it's just another way to let people know what you're doing, what you're thinking, and to use your expertise to talk and speak to contemporary issues. So I joined Twitter, I guess about 2 years ago, and I found it to be a really amazing community of people who are interested in different aspects of things that I'm doing that are available in this sort of Twitterverse, as we call it. And so it's been a lot of fun to share the kind of work I do as a professor, to complicate what people assume professors are like and what we do and how we would treat other people, and to really use it as another kind of classroom to talk about the ideas that I work with every day.
The thing I'm most passionate about is how technology is affecting our whole experience of work. That's something that I've seen unfold before my very eyes, as have many of you, just during the past decade, with social media, with electronic performance monitoring, all of these things that sometimes they've had positive and intended effects, and other times they've had completely unforeseen effects that aren't always so positive.
I really wanted to come to NC State because I wanted to be at a state university. I wanted to be at a public university. I think it's very important to give back to the community in a way. I'm surrounded by universities and graduate students and other faculty who work in my area, so there's a lot of collaboration in the Triangle to prepare students for all kinds of careers in foreign service or development policy, or working in global medicine issues and public policy.
I'd love for faculty literally to be able to get out to all 100 counties, and for people all over the state, regardless of their own educational background, to sort of have opportunities to be exposed to history and literature and thought and art and music and drama and film and everything else, and get to see that the university is sort of without walls. So that's really dreaming, but yeah, that's what I'd love to see.
The life lesson to take away from being a student or a major in the College of Humanities and Social Sciences is that we don't know what we will want to know or be or do. And when we're young, we can benefit ourselves every day for the rest of our lives by broadening the potential for meeting our curiosity or our opportunities or our challenges. From the faculty point of view, faculty members who do their best work love what they do, but they love what they do not only because of the pleasure of their technical or general knowledge, but because they see that it benefits the people with whom they share it. And it's that sharing that's most important, and I think most rewarding long range.